Is Frank's birthday coming up?
I don't know.
I'll have to check the receipt. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I'm the ghost of January past.
And this here is Frank. As you can see, he just came back from a big football game. I want to talk about this jersey right here for a second before we start, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So as you can see, this is FoxRok. It's a youth football team I played for many years ago, and the number is 63. Do you know how I got that number?
Chase Rockledge.
Do you know how I chose the number 63?
I know.
So they asked us. It was my first time playing football. I must have been 10 years old.
Little.
And they said, okay, what number do you want to be? And I'm like, I froze. And so I chose the number that's nearest and dearest to my heart. Not my favorite number. Not a cool number. Mm-hmm. I chose 63 because at the time that was the channel of the Food Network.
Right. On our cable.
So you know what they say. Choose numbers that mean something to you.
His favorite channel was the Food Network. And so he knew the number.
So I knew the number by heart. The only number I knew.
That's really funny.
But hey, we're starting our podcast.
But also it was this, besides the jersey, which does have a name on the back, you had a helmet issue.
I had a helmet issue. That was so embarrassing. Okay, I have a really big head, guys. You probably can't see. I look pretty proportionate. I now.
Well, yeah, because you grew into it.
Well, I don't know. I wear like clothes to make my head not look as big, as gino as it does. But once again, I was 10 or 11, and it was a local, team sports. And first day of like introductions, all right, make a line and go to the shed. And I was on one of the younger teams. It was like there was teams from I don't know, like toddlers up to high school. Like once you got to high school, then you're playing high school. So what I don't know, 16, whatever.
It was always like the under 8s and the under 12s. I don't know what it was.
And so we go to the line of the shed, and then I get to the shed, and the
uniform shed.
Yeah, I wasn't at the end of the line, and they tried a helmet on me. It was too tight. I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Tried another one on for me. And they were, all right, stand aside for a second. Every single other person, the high schoolers, everyone got their helmet.
Successfully was fitted.
And the sun was going down, and it's just me and this man at the shed. And he is scratching his head, being like, little boy, I don't think there's a helmet that fits you. And finally, he finds it somewhere in the back closet.
Yeah.
This old dingy.
But they still had to squeeze.
This old dingy helmet that was probably from 1960. And he crammed it on my head. My eyes crossed. I'm like, and he's like, okay, that fits. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's how I first realized that I've got a big old head.
Oh, who cares?
Who cares? Guess what? We live in a world of order and stuff. Mm-hmm. So when you have the size of brain that I do,
right,
it doesn't just magically appear.
No.
It needs to fit inside of the skull.
Right.
That can facilitate that.
Yeah, of course.
To all you tiny brain folk. But we're starting our podcast a little late today. We have a little bit of a week of parties, if you will.
Yeah.
My brother and his girlfriend, I think you saw them both on a special little short video we had. Oh, that's right.
Watch the anime special.
The anime special. They have back-to-back birthdays.
Yeah. Today is the twins' birthday. Whee!
So we were not on... Oh, no. So we did not film a podcast yesterday. I'm sorry, but we were celebrating Ciara's birthday. You remember her? And she also makes our Croak and Crow merch.
Yes.
And today we were celebrating the twins, my two brothers' birthday.
And also I get to be celebrated because it was also a birthday for me.
Yes. And a spectacular one as well. But we're here. We weren't gonna let too much partying get us distracted.
There's always time for talk.
There's always time for talk. But yeah, so that's that. It's been a fun 2 days, but it's time to get back to business, to Croak and Crow business.
Yeah. Croak and Crow?
Yes.
But instead of trying to rack our brain or pillage the fishbowl, we're just going to talk about birthdays because it's what we're living right now.
We are going to talk about birthdays. Are they special? Are they spiritual? Are they important? Should we celebrate them? Should we cry when no one shows up to any party in the last 5 years?
Well, also, is it sad right now because you can't have a party?
You can't have a party. My birthday was in May, the height of the initial wave.
In May. So in March and April, we were like scared to death to come out. By May and June, they were started doing the drive-bys.
Yes.
That's when it started catching on. They started literally making signs for it. And if you don't know what a drive-by is.
Back in my old life, we would normally, remember I told you about what ops are. So we would roll down the street.
Stop it.
Oh.
A drive-by birthday celebration. It's COVID, so you can't go to the person's house. You can't have all your little friends over. You can't have your grandma come over. So the birthday person stands outside and you decorate where they're standing.
I don't know.
With balloons and a sign, and then people who want to wish you a happy birthday slowly drive past your house. And
like a procession, like a little mini parade.
And they
honk their horns.
No, you quickly grab stuff. They give you a present, and everyone's masked, and you grab the present or card, or and then they keep driving. They did it for graduations too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's enough talking about drive-by shootings. Now,
no one ever talked about it except for you.
Okay.
Because weren't we going to do some sort of prank? We were gonna. What was it? We said we told you to sit outside because people, and then like we didn't tell anybody. It didn't happen. But remember that? It was like you could prank someone and be like, sit outside, and
that's an awesome prank, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Or maybe it was the opposite prank. You told everybody that someone's birthday.
Yeah, I think that was it.
And they were beeping and beeping.
You told them, oh, there's someone outside for you, and then everyone's going by.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's still a silly prank. I'm glad it never came to fruition.
Well, we still can't have parties. It's that May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Turn to 2021. It's January 15th, and we still can't have parties.
My fingers are crossed. I'll be partying hardy in May.
Yeah.
Come this May.
Yeah.
I'm turning the big 3-1.
So it's a Capricorn day. It's a new moon in Capricorn for people who like zodiac. And, so there is many differences now with birthdays than everything's different, but that's one of the things that was affected was because even in school, like little kids, you bring things to share and nobody can share anything with anybody anymore.
All right. You're depressing me with the COVID birthday talk. Let's talk about
I was letting you change the subject. I mean, change the...
Don't blame this on me.
What happened? Did I put this on upside down? Oh, go ahead.
Birthdays. Are they important?
I had no time to get my thoughts together about this topic, but there is a religion that does not celebrate birthdays. I don't know which one it is.
It is Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe in birthdays, or celebrating birthdays, that is, because they think it's rooted in pagan ways.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a distraction, and that early Christians didn't celebrate it, so neither should they.
Okay.
But I don't agree.
Okay.
I think you should celebrate birthdays. I think like look at Christmas. You know, it's a celebration of Jesus. And people all the time come out. We said this on the Christmas podcast. Say he wasn't actually born in December 25th. Mm-hmm. Yada yada. And then what we said on the podcast was it's not about the date. It's about choosing a day and then celebrating that person.
Right.
Even though you should love them always. There's a specific day to celebrate the life of that person. Right. And it's just easiest to pick birthdays. I think the same thing with people. Like it's so important to show the celebration of life. And you're like you don't have the energy. Every day I can't say you're still alive, you're here. Mm-hmm. No, but if we can assign a day, I can give you a random day. Okay. Uh-huh. February 29th, that's the day. I slipped something in there. I don't ever want to celebrate your birthday.
That's really funny. A leap year. Okay.
February 29th. That's the day we're going to celebrate you. But we choose the day you came onto this earth, the day you became a person, and every year is a reminder of that celebration of life. And in that way, why not celebrate it? Like, you're not, today was the day a new person was born, paganism.
Yeah, it's just a yearly celebration of an individual.
Of a soul. And you can keep celebrating. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
You can keep celebrating it even after death. MLK Day.
People do. Yeah.
Someone who that great soul, being Martin Luther King, is still a day of remembrance for him.
Yeah, I think that's the feast days of the saints is the day that they were born.
Yeah, and I say MLK Day just because it's coming up.
Of course.
This Monday. And
today is Martin Luther King's birthday.
Today is Martin Luther King's actual birthday. Yeah, we always celebrate on the Monday following.
Right.
But it's this idea of January 15th isn't that important. But Martin Luther King was that important. Any person in your life is that important. And we choose birthdays to celebrate that life. December 25th wasn't the day Jesus was born.
Right.
It's the day we choose to celebrate.
Right.
That
like
life.
New Year's Eve, which just passed, or New Year's midnight. That's another time that it's a yearly, like you said, I'm so happy you're here another year, or you made it. So we all do that collectively on New Year's, but the birthday is you in particular.
Yeah, exactly. It's we're all celebrating because that's the thing.
Remember I chose a different birthday one year?
Yeah, you've done a lot of weird things in the past.
I forget, it was like June or something, and I'm just like, this is my new I texted everybody, and I was like, disregard my old birthday, and this will be my new one, but I've already forgotten.
No, it was when you chose a new name. You became Vo.
Okay.
And you said Vo's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Is now June 12th.
Okay. But I think I've abandoned that.
Yeah, you usually do.
Okay.
But so it's important to celebrate people. It's like giving a compliment, It's so easy to be in your own head and like, oh, my life. But it's like you have the power to make someone else's life special. And so birthdays are awesome for that, because it's like, today's about you.
Yeah.
You
brought up leap year. How would you like to be born on February 29th?
I would like it.
I knew someone. Did you ever know anybody?
No.
I knew someone who had it.
I would like it just because, like I said, birthdays are never really about the specific day.
So you get March 1st.
So yeah, you get like you do get to celebrate. Your birthday is going to be celebrated every day, but it's just something cool.
Every day.
Whoa. Your birthday's celebrated every year, but it's just a cool little thing to like,
right.
I'm only 8 years old.
Right.
It's like, no, sir, you're 32.
Oh, look at you with the times tables.
Quick math. I told you, this big head isn't for nothing.
So you think it's important?
I think it's important.
So then how do you feel about, all right, so Zodiac, I guess, is a different podcast, but do you think there are similarities of other people that were born on January 15th? Do they have similarities?
Yeah. It's just so hard for me because I'm so on the fence with the I do, like, I believe in Zodiac. I believe in everything. All right. Like there's a few things that I'm like, that can't be true. And so I look into everything, and Zodiacs in particular, like, I'm a Taurus. I'll see other Tauruses. I'm like, oh, you're like that. You're like that. But then I'm also a skeptic. I'm equally what's the opposite of a skeptic? So I equally believe in everything, but I'm also skeptical about everything.
Okay.
And so then I'm always like, yeah, but you can talk to a girl, any girl in the world, and find, oh, we have this in common.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's enough things to point together. But I think that's just the skepticism in me. So then, before you even speak, I ask, is the like, because I'm getting rid of that skeptic brain right now. Okay, I do see similarities in other Tauruses, but then I truly wonder, in those growing phases of a baby, does like the months sort of lead to different attributes? Does being born in a warm climate, just being born in the winter, change just a little thing? Does becoming...
It's not just the climate, because you could be
in Uganda,
right. It's the stars.
Yeah,
it's when you were born.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to put a practical reason more than just, well, the stars are this way. Right. I'm saying, is there something more material that we are attributing with the stars? And it's like, oh, well, realistically, when a baby who's 6 months old gets their first senses, if they're warm, they turned out to be a real nasty person, like a Sagittarius or something.
I love Sagittarians. What I'm saying, first of all, I said we weren't talking about zodiacs.
Sorry.
But I feel with the zodiac, or just the fact that you're born on the same day as somebody else, does it have any bearing? You said you're skeptical. I think when something is long lasting and widespread, it's like in the old days, they used to feel the bumps on your head.
Yeah.
And tell a lot about you and different things, I can't think of right now. And that fell away. But like this never fell away.
Yeah.
And it's like people are like, no. I've had people say to me, you're a Pisces. And I'm like, yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did you know that? And they're like, because you're really observant or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So it does seem to be reinforced all the time.
Yeah. To me, this is the way I see it. I think I'm going to put my thoughts out because this is my place to do. This is my safe space. I believe in zodiacism. Just like I believe in, I don't know, I'm trying to compare it to something. Herbal medicine. But caveat that with, I think there's truth in it, but we don't understand it. And so I think there is someone, and there might be a handful of people in the world who study the stars and are, or in the past, and have an accurate, like this is what it means, blah, blah, blah. But I think society is flooded with, I'm such an aquarium. Aquarium.
Aquarius.
I'm such an Aquarius. Like, that's why I gave you a dirty look when you said hi to me. And like just these random,
absolutely.
Teen Vogue horoscope sign. And so
that's the thing. And that's why we weren't going to talk about it. But
yeah. So I do think there's truth in it.
Yeah.
But I think there's so much not truth that it's hard to get.
Horoscopes, totally different story. I feel, today it's going to be good for you, and you're going to step on a, penny, and you're going to, spill your soup.
I'm serious about this stuff.
But and actually, true horoscopes, which we're not talking about, is.
Are we talking about it?
It's not so simple as saying I was born on January 15th, so I'm a Capricorn. It has to be the year. It has to be what time. It has to be where you live. Like you said, if you were born in Uganda, where you live on the planet would be a different. So, but anyway.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Birthdays.
I usually get sad on my birthday.
Oh gosh. Why? Safe place. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was more bringing up a question. Like, do we build? I think it's because I build my birthday up too much.
You do get sad, or you were asking a question? I don't know.
I don't really get sad, but it's like I've had birthdays where it's like it's my birthday. It's like sort of they just build up, and then it's
I told you people feel sad about Christmas.
Yeah,
but you're saying people feel bad about a birthday. Well,
yeah, like, it's my birthday. I can cry if I want to.
Unless you're a child, people don't want to be older.
Well, yeah, and is there we talked about how birthdays are important, but this is what I'm asking. Do we hype birthdays up too much? Because that's sort of, I think, where a lot of...
I think so. I don't...
Like, I know a lot of people where they're like sort of, it's my birthday. Mm-hmm. Like, it's sort of, there isn't this big transition celebration. It's just like another year.
You feel older?
Yeah.
I'm unusual, and so I'm not going to say that I speak for anyone, but I'm not into birthdays. I don't care about them, and the people who get so excited about them, I'm happy for them, but I just think this whole like birthday week, birthday month, I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah.
So I don't get sad because I actually I'm not looking for.
Yeah.
I can't really get disappointed because I'm not looking for what I feel people are looking for. And I don't know if you just, I said it, but you didn't, I threw it, but you didn't, you didn't catch it.
I dropped the ball on that one. Age. It's a big thing. We're all getting to that age. I'm halfway to the big old 6'3".
Because when people, yes, they want to celebrate it. Yes, they want to have excitement, and yes, they want to get attention and presence and people singing to them.
Yeah.
But they also say it's a reminder.
Life is fleeting. Death comes for us quickly with swift wings.
If you go to the party store, they have over the hill, and they have, a cane, and, all these kind of funny jokes that people might not like. Because when you say it's to celebrate that this individual, this soul has come to the earth, that's great. But I think it ends up just being counting.
Yeah.
It's been 12 months. It's been 24 months.
And then you can start doing the math.
36 months. Yeah.
So I only have two more. I only have 2 more birthdays.
Right.
Wow.
Are you in your hundreds?
I only have 2 more birthdays. Yeah. It once you put it into numbers, and I think it's wrong. Guess what, guys? I'm gonna drop some knowledge. The quickest way you can become an old person is by saying you're getting old.
Yeah.
That's it's mind over matter. Like people always say, you hear it so many times, like the first step of anything is materialization in your head. Like I will be successful. I will be successful. And you become successful. That's the motivation, but no one gives it to you real. Oh, I'm getting old. You can say it all cute. Like, oh, I guess I'm getting old. Yeah. Oh, when
such a focus.
When you start getting more excited seeing IKEA ads than you do going out, that's how you know you're getting old. You're like those words. You don't realize how much damage they're doing.
Yeah, that's right.
And nothing's wrong with getting old. It's not.
But they're not saying it in a good way.
They're not saying. They're saying in like,
yeah,
I'm getting old. I can feel it in my back.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna start feeling it in your back.
Maybe you should have birthdays without numbers.
Maybe you should have numbers without associations.
Well, we can't do that.
What is 30? Nothing. Like people, not in my 20s anymore.
We're pretty small-minded as humans, and when you turn from a teen to 20, it's like that means something. And when you turn
a teenager.
from 20 to 30, that means something. So you can't. I don't think you can get rid of numbers, but that's too hard. That's an uphill battle. That's trying to change too much.
Yeah. And it's silly. We're not on this earth to count. You don't know when your last day. And my biggest thing is this, because I tell my friends this, because I am 24, which is very young to most of you. To all of my children viewers, I'm probably very old.
To all your bullies.
To all my 11-year-old bullies. Did we talk about how I get bullied by 11?
I think a little bit.
I think I always talk about
it. A little bit. Today we saw a group of kids on bicycles around the age.
That's scarier to me than a motorcycle gang.
I told Preston to take a photo. I'm like, take a photo. I want to show Spencer. And he's like, why? And I'm like, it's his biggest fear.
Like back in the 80s when like you would see like the Hells Angels rolling up and there's like fear instilled with people. That's how I feel when I see 10 or 11-year-olds on bikes.
Yeah.
I run.
It was so funny.
I put my keys between my fingers.
I
don't know. I'm telling you, they smell fear on me. Did I tell a story about the kid who threw a baseball bat? Whoa. It doesn't have to do with birthdays. I won't tell it. It's a funny story, though.
Save it for the small children scare you episode.
Okay, I'll save it for the small children scare me episode.
Do you know that the happy birthday song is
copyright?
You can sing it and not have to pay anybody.
Oh, it's not copyright anymore?
No.
When did it not become?
I thought it was never.
No, you're thinking it's the opposite. It is. Someone owns it.
No, you're lying.
No, and that's why in every show you ever hear happy birthday, it's always some weird version.
Are you sure?
Yes. That's the fact about it.
Really?
It's that someone owns that song. So you'll be watching a show and they'll happy birthday from all of us to you.
Really?
Happy birthday. No. It's yeah.
Who gets paid?
I don't know. Every time you sing happy birthday, you got to write a check. Okay, I'll be doing checkups.
Dun.
I was saying something before. I was talking about child bullies.
Sorry, you said I'm pretty young to most people, and I said, but to little kids, you're not.
Yes. Yeah, I was talking to my friends. Okay, I remember. So I talked to my friends about this because I am 24. I am young to most people. But since I left college and stuff, everyone around me starts these talks of like, I remember those college days, or just like I'm getting old. And I'm like, you're going to kick yourself in your own butt in 10 years.
Yeah.
When you're then more than 10 years, because I'm not saying 30 is the end, but let's just jump ahead. Say you're 55 and you're like at 24.
I know.
I was saying, I'm gonna stay in tonight because I'm just not the old whippersnapper I used to be. You're gonna say I was a child, I was young, I was in my prime, and so anytime someone my age that, or even like going up to like 30s and stuff, where it's like, oh, I ain't the kid I used to be. It's like, what kid? Just doing what you want, having fun. Like people put such this, like, it's a societal thing. Like, oh, I guess now I have to become an adult. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, it's also labeling to say that only a person in their 40s wants to go to IKEA. Like,
yeah,
I remember Pierce when he was very small for Christmas, he wanted things to clean. Like he wanted a dustbuster, and he wanted, like, and you would say when you're 30, oh, I can't believe I wanted a dustbuster. It's like a 6-year-old kid wanted one. Like, and people label everything.
And that is, I'm glad you brought that up, because when I do see people of like, because there's so many of these memes like, oh, when this looks better than this, and it would be like clean dishes or something. You're getting old. It's like, no, you don't. You just for once had to clean your own dishes, and you learn to respect respect a nice laid out bathroom, because you know how much it costs. Like, what it has to do is you have more wisdom now. You can appreciate both. It's not my young switch got switched off, and now I live in this black and white world where the only thing important is boring stuff.
So the same thing goes for Christmas as for this birthday podcast, and I guess that's because Christmas is a birthday.
It's the biggest birthday.
Jesus' birthday, which was, I think, another reason, people get sad at Christmas, people get sad on their birthday, is when your expectations are something that, who told you that it had to be, you had to have a limo, and you had to have a spotlight on you and wear a sash. Like, a birthday could just be you, saying, oh, right, this is my day. This is the day that I was born. I wasn't born on November 6th, and I wasn't born, in April. I was born on this day. And, I'm going to put my cup of tea up, and it doesn't have to be like opening bottles and
popping bottles with the ice. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I used to fall victim to that. I would put my birthday on such a pedestal, and it's never even worth it, because it's like it's sort of, you put it on a pedestal, and it's not even that, oh, there wasn't anything like popping bottles. Even if there is a huge celebration for you, it's just like, yay! I don't think there could be enough. Like, and you see it with these spoiled kids on. Remember these shows like Sweet 16?
Wow, yeah.
And it's like nothing changes. You're still the same type of person you were the day before,
right?
And so, it's like anything. People always say, oh, when you're rich and famous, why you're still depressed? It's because you're the same person, just in a different life.
Yeah.
And not to compare fame with a birthday, but it's like, you should enjoy it.
Right.
You should do things that you enjoy.
Right.
I remember literally one of my best birthdays, because I stopped worrying so much. And so there was a birthday, and I ended up going to a birthday party on my birthday. I went to it was like these two girls they were just celebrating their birthday. And so I went out to dinner or something earlier, and then I was going to do something the next day for my birthday. But I went to this. It was like a ton of people. I didn't tell anyone it was my birthday, and it was so much fun. And I had a great birthday for myself, without the pressure of like, it's my birthday. Like you're singing to me. It's like I had a great day that was on my birthday, and that's what a birthday should be about. Right.
Yeah, I remember. And I believe the pictures on our Instagram. I had a birthday that we went to the Philadelphia Flower Show. I didn't buy the tickets. Just so happened my sister, thank you, gave she didn't even buy them as a birthday present. She got them through work, you know, because they had a display. I went to the Philadelphia Flower Show, and we didn't do anything birthday-ish. It just happened to work out like that. And then there was also one other thing I'll say about birthdays is, I remember, like your age, someone told me they're having a fish party. And I was like,
a party where you eat fish, or you?
Well, I said,
go fishing?
It's a fish party. They said it's anyone who's a Pisces. So it must have been like February, March. And I'm like, I'm a Pisces, and you didn't have to be a Pisces to go.
It was celebrating Pisces birthdays.
It was celebrating Pisces birthdays, and like nothing. I went to the party, and my friends came, and like nothing. I wasn't put on stage or anything there. It was just, there was fish decorations and and it's like, I liked it even more than if it was just. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I like. I feel like the best birthdays are it's the zero pressure, and you're just having a good time. I'm gonna have a bull party. I'm gonna throw one. Yeah, bull party. Is that good or bad for the stock market? I always mix up.
Well, bulls and bears aren't good or bad. It's just two forms of opinion. A bull or a bullish person believes stocks are going up, where a bear thinks they're going down. So I guess you would say bull's good. I consider myself bullish, and I'm probably the worst one because I think everything's going up when it doesn't. But yeah, so maybe I'll throw something. Anyone who's a Taurus, get ready. Late April, early May, I'm going to rent out a warehouse.
Yeah.
And throw a bull party.
Are you going to have a mechanical bull?
Bull's not like a code word for anything, is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not, well, if it is, that's not the way we're using it.
No. I get like a very strange group of people like showing up. We're here for the bull party. It's like
that's what it meant.
They're all dressed up like I don't know, ponies.
Yeah. Also, you're not a big cake lover.
I don't like
sweets. And cake
is
the centerpiece of a birthday party.
Yeah. Cake is the centerpiece of a birthday.
I always used to get you a cookie.
Yeah, well, cookie cake.
Cookie cake, yeah.
And even that, for some reason, I never enjoyed. No, I did enjoy it more than cake.
I didn't. I don't like it either.
But like they make it cold because they put like the icing on it.
Yeah.
And so it's served cold. I'm like, I would rather just one big heated up chocolate chip cookie. It's like something. It's like they still tried to push a little too hard.
Do they still make those
cookie cakes?
Yeah,
I'm sure. I think there was a Nestle in the mall. And
the mall used to do it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But no, I'm not a big cake person. But that's okay. You know what? Okay. I'm tired of being judged and made fun of for not liking sweets.
You're not really judged or made fun of.
You don't know. You don't understand what I go through.
No one in my family likes sweets, so it's just my reality.
It's close to home. Yeah, okay. We also don't get judged here for eating ketchup with our French toast.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, I've gotten thrown in lockers for that.
Listen, I don't know who you hang out with, but I think you should change.
No, but the sweets thing, you would think when I say I don't like chocolate, it's like I say I like to pinch puppies' ears. Like people are, what? Are you like messed up in the head? And I'm like, what? You don't like vegetables.
This conversation is.
What? Yeah, no, I get so much. And it's like, of all things not to like. I don't like cacao beans.
Cacao.
I don't like cacao beans. Like,
yeah.
So what?
Nobody
it's the 10-year-olds. They roll. Yeah. They spin around me in their circles with their bikes, and they say he doesn't like.
Don't
chocolate.
Get him cacao for his birthday.
No.
Yeah.
What do I like for my birthday?
Who's on your birthday? Anybody? I have Shaquille O'Neal, and I believe I have Michelangelo as well.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure? Michelangelo?
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Sick. I like who
I said Shaq first, so.
I like who I share my birthday with. But the fact that he's the only one I can ever find, like, shows me that I don't think anyone else is really born on May 11th.
Well, people are, but they just didn't go to fame.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll be the first, which is nice though, because on famous birthdays, it means I don't have to try that hard. You know, like there's that famousbirthdays.com.
True, yeah.
And then it's like you are the most famous birthday.
They would have to put you in it.
So if I get a little bit recognized, but the one person I have to beat is Salvador Dali.
Oh, okay.
I like that I share a birthday with him, but come on, like,
so cool.
Of the fact that that's like the one that stands out.
That's cool.
Salvador Dali, I think I got you beat, man.
We both artists.
Yes.
Artistes.
Oh, I want a print of that clock painting. It's not a clock painting, but I just think of the clock, the one that droops over.
Yeah.
But anything else on birthdays?
Of course.
What?
Are they in the Bible? I can't think. Like I said, I'm like. Blank.
Are they in the Bible?
I'm blank right now, but I can't think of birthdays.
I mean, Jesus' birth.
No, that Jesus' birth, which was highly celebrated.
Yeah, but
people coming to celebrate. What do you think about baby birthdays? You know, like you said, Sweet 16. The person's 16. They know what's going on. What do you think about the blowouts for the 1-year-old?
I think it's for the parent more than for.
But are you against it? Can't the parent celebrate? They are the parents. It was a birthday for them. And they're happy. It's been 1 year.
Yeah, why not? I mean, who am I to
judge? People are harsh on it. They're like, it's not going to remember it. And
no, I think that's so silly. Because guess what? A baby is, you don't know what's going on with them. Like, especially nowadays where everyone goes to therapy and stuff. Like, it just makes you think more about
all the influences,
the brain growth of someone. So like, I think, they're not going to remember it. So what are you going to do? You're going to lock your baby in a closet?
There's a really funny piece, a comedy piece from Nate Barsgatti, who I really think is funny. And he talks about exactly this. And you might have sent you the clip. It's like, he took his 2-year-old to Disney World.
Yeah.
And people said, she's not going to remember it. And he was like, yeah, you're right. We should have left her locked in the closet. You know, it's like, it's a funny thing like that. Like, okay.
Yeah. But seriously, so no, celebrate your kid's birthday. You don't need to go overboard. Go overboard. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, whatever you can do. I mean, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
If like you can't do it. For all the myriad of reasons why you can't do it. Don't feel like, oh, like I let them down or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But if you can, you can. And you can't. And that's usually our motto.
And then what we talked about in the beginning, what a birthday is really about is about making the day about them. It doesn't need material objects.
How about your dog? Talk about somebody not knowing what's going on.
I think doggy birthdays are important.
Doggy birthday cake.
Yeah, and you get them a little bow that says 3. I'm all for the doggy. Yeah. I like how the kids' birthdays, I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
Dogs, I'm like, if you don't have a birthday for your dog
has to have a birthday.
Aww. Now, before we end, is there anything spiritual we can say about birthdays?
I'm trying to think.
I know it's
doesn't seem to me like there was ever mentions of like Jesus was at a wedding. Like they didn't say he went to a birthday party. You know?
Yeah. You don't really hear about birthdays. You just hear about how many years they lived.
Yeah.
So I guess
so they did count.
Yeah. So I guess with that,
yeah,
in a spiritual sense, just see every birthday as another year that you can do unto others in a good fashion, and you can create your legacy that is your life.
Would you celebrate a death day?
No.
I have.
Why? I'm not saying like why particularly, but why would you? Like is it a day of mourning?
No, it's a day of like remembrance.
Okay.
And also a day of that's when they went to heaven.
Yeah. Okay. I'm for it. Why not?
I feel like this. You remember it anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it was a big moment.
Yeah.
That for people that you really cared about. And so like when Kobe, it's going to come around soon. His 1-year anniversary of his terrible accident.
Yeah.
You know there's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
No, I think that's a good point. Is you're going to remember anyway. So why remember it in your bedroom crying when you could have a celebration? Because like a birthday, death day should all be about celebration.
Right.
Celebration of a life.
Right.
Whether it's this life or the next.
I remember when my sister first died, we would have on her birthday, not her death day. On her birthday, we would get tacos because she loved tacos.
I love tacos.
It was like a little fun thing that she liked it, we liked it, and
and that's what it should be about. You know, it should be like it's about like it shouldn't be so. Okay, everyone be quiet. It should be like live like mutually.
Yeah.
This they love this and we love this. It's celebration. I can't say it enough. Celebration.
I guess because the reason we can't think of it in the spiritual terms is because it's earthly.
That's a good point.
It's birthly. It's very earthly, right? It is.
No, that's a great point.
So it's like hard for us to.
It's as earthly as it gets. It's how many calendar days have you been alive on this earthly earth? Yeah. When you die, you know, sort of dates and all and those things disappear.
Right.
So good catch at the end of the podcast. Good catch.
Okay. So now we're done.
Yes. And so it should be enjoyed as just that, you know.
Yeah.
Also, our beliefs, as you know, it's just because something's earthly doesn't mean you should enjoy it. But just remember that, and I think that goes with the age, you know.
Yeah.
Remember that it's just numbers. It's just earthly things. Enjoy them, but
don't hate being earthly. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Because I think a lot of times we might say like, "Ooh, that's earthly."
Yeah.
And a birthday is kind of like, we're not bad. Like this human thing is.
That's sort of I feel like I don't want to come across as like that's pretty like we are on earth to be earthly.
Yeah.
But it's to be in a spiritual manner, and I think. We described all that and without using the words for it. So what do we say? Let's give a quick 2-minute rundown of this podcast.
Okay.
We said,
go ahead.
birthdays are important. It's a celebration. But you shouldn't care too much about the number. You shouldn't set expectations. You should just do things that you love. And so what we just said is birthdays are very earthly, but there's nothing wrong with that. And so enjoy it in a spiritual way. Like, enjoy your earthly things with your spiritual soul. Oh, it's another date. And then celebrate that person with life and love. And don't think too much about the material or the date.
Right.
Think about the things that actually mean something. And that's souls interacting with souls, having a grand old time with your pals, enjoying life and celebrating the afterlife. But that is our party podcast with Croak and Crow. When's Frank's birthday? Wait, is Frank's birthday coming up?
I don't know.
I'll have to check the receipt. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to our podcast, our late birthday podcast.
Everybody.
We are going into a weekend, but you will have some shorts up for you this weekend. So don't think we'll be gone. Subscribe and hit that bell notification, because this weekend we're going to drop some nice vids for you. But we'll see you back podcasting on Monday or Tuesday or sometime
Next week.
Peace.
Happy birthday.